How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Demonic Toys. This is from 1992 and is a full moon movie. This is directed by Peter Manoogian and stars Tracy Scoggins, Bentley Mitchum, and Daniel Cerny. And overall, I think with Demonic Toys, it's a really good core sampling of what Full Moon is like and what they do. They've made some movies that are significantly better and more classic. They've made a lot that are worse as well, and we also get some few oddballs. But this is a movie that's good and fun, but not the greatest thing ever, but does showcase what Full Moon does, and in some cases what they do really well. And that, of course, is going to be low-budget, cheesy movies where puppets run around and kill people. And that's what you get with the Demonic Toys series. Demonic Toys has some really good puppets. They get some really good kills, some really fun sequences, and with a movie called Demonic Toys, you're gonna get toys powered by a demon that kill people. It nails its core concept. It's fun, low-budget horror cheese, and you get some good stuff. The main toy in here that everyone remembers is Baby Oops-a-Daisy. Baby Oops-a-Daisy is one of those cloth dolls with the big plastic head and hands. A really iconic toy that everyone's seen before, but Baby Oops-a-Daisy is really, really mean. I mean, obviously it's gonna try to kill you, but it also swears via, something like Chucky. Yeah, it is clear the inspiration here, and Chucky is obviously a better, more iconic killer doll. But that being said, a baby swearing and trying to kill you is always gonna be pretty funny, and I do like that it's such an iconic toy, that cloth doll with the big plastic head. We also get like a little robot toy that wanders around. Really feels like a mini toy version of the Chopping Mall robots. We also get like a stuffed teddy bear, but with real claws and teeth. And the other most iconic one of this series will be the Jack-in-the-Box. Jack-in-the-Box is always really cool. He pops out of his box. I think his whole body is like this snake thing, and he's got a rattle on his tail, like a rattlesnake. And I think he's like, he's got a clown face. So, toy, clown, Jack-in-the-Box, snake pops up and gets you. Yeah, all the toys in this movie are really fun. And they do a few other things as well to try to shake the movie up. There's this dream sequence that kind of frames the whole movie. There are other stuff like hallucinations. The hallucinations do break concept a little bit because it's supposed to be all about these evil toys, and then we get, girls riding around in bikes with, like, gas mask on. A little random, but it's scary. Put it in the movie. And of course, this is Full Moon. One of the hallucinations is going to be a model from a magazine, because people, in order for the company to survive, had to keep renting this VHS over and over, so there's going to be one scene like that with a magazine model. Yeah, Full Moon. The characters in this are okay. There's no one in here that's super 3D and fleshed out. You get what they're going for. The cop that wants revenge, the criminal that's a little maniacal. I even like how you get this chicken delivery boy that is kind of a nothing throwaway character, but he survives longer than you think. The characters are funny enough without, the comedy here, it's decent. It doesn't ever get hilarious. The characters are decent and have something going for them. They never get super big, super memorable, super over the top, but they're all okay, and I think that is the thing. This movie has the one really good shining element of the fun toy puppets, and the rest is solid enough. It is low budget, and sadly often does feel cheap. This is primarily one set inside this big warehouse for toys. And yeah, a warehouse set is a pretty cheap set to make. A big open area, fill it with boxes. And they do one thing where like two of the main characters are locked in a room for a little bit too long. Yeah, there is a little bit in here that feels like padding. So I want to say, that's why I think this is a good general idea for what the company is. It does the puppets really well. The rest is okay, but kind of cheap and not spectacular. But overall, this is a movie that I can really see if you are a young horror junkie in the 90s, going to your local video store, finding it, and just having a blast in the day, you know? So, it's an okay film. I think it's got its fun points. Definitely not perfect, though. Let's talk a bit about the plot in order to analyze it further. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I will say my piece on a few plot points in order to analyze it and have us understand the movie a little bit better. We open up with a dream sequence, and this is something we will, I believe, cut back to a few times in the film, and it does provide a pretty good framing and a pretty good, like, surreal nature to kind of introduce you to the more supernatural elements. You get the main girl in a rocking chair while two little kids play cards with each other, the game of war, and they'll be playing this game and constantly getting into war with each other. And the whole room is like big and empty other than all these clocks, big grandfather clocks with the swinging pendulum. It's a good dream. The clocks are interesting. It has a surreal art house feel to it. It does get a little repetitive because all they do is constantly play this card game, and it does feel a little bit out of left field. It connects fine. It's just kind of a weird dream sequence that we cut back to. But anyway, in the real world, we get some cops. And these cops are not just partners on the force, but they're also real-life boyfriend and girlfriend. They're talking about marriage when the girl reveals that she is pregnant. So everything is super serious, but they're about to go and do this bust. This bust where they're undercover trying to take down some arms dealers, and apparently don't have any backup anywhere nearby, which is probably a mistake, because of course the deal goes south and the boyfriend gets shot and dies. The girl follows the two cops into the warehouse, which of course will be a toy warehouse, and she eventually arrests the main bad guy. However, when she turns to leave the room, finds that the door is locked and the two of them are stuck in here. And that's not really the best. It does give the two some time to talk to each other and I guess get to know them more. But yeah, being locked in a room, like, it takes us a while to get to the demonic toys anyway, and the whole arms dealer thing is kind of a bit far from crazy toy action. And it's just, the movie takes a while to start and really get going. Now, the other criminal, not the lead, the B guy, well, he got shot and he's bleeding and he falls and lands on this big crack in the floor. Something is breaking through into our world, and this blood, that's gonna give it quite some power. It turns out there's this demon. He takes the form of a little boy, but has a man's voice, and he has some sort of plan that we'll spend the movie trying to uncover. And I do like, there is a flashback sequence to Halloween some years ago. This isn't really a Halloween movie, but it does have a Halloween sequence, which is always fun, and it's this really messed up little story there. That's cool. But with his newfound power, he's going to be bringing the toys to life to do his bidding. As I said, the toys are really cool, and they're the highlight of this movie. It's the main part, it better work, And it does work, you know? So that's cool. The toys are gonna come to life. They're going to go after any humans in the building because, much like the last criminal that just died, death is going to bring them power, bring them closer to achieving their goal. In addition to the criminals and the cops, we have a few other characters. We have a security guard who is the, I don't want to work, I just want to sit at my desk and eat chicken and watch my movies. He's going to be watching Puppet Master on his TV, which I'm sure won't create any continuity problems later, but whatever. So yeah, you get this security guard, and you get the guy that gives him his chicken. This delivery boy that hates his job and doesn't want to be there and has to drive this ridiculous chicken mobile, and you think that he would just be super disposable, but I do like they actually give him a ton of screen time, and we do get a bit of the super unlikely hero out of him. I thought Chicken Man was fun, and I am glad, that whole surprise protagonist letting this little character that should die stick around longer in the film than you think he would. He's cool. You also get a girl runaway that's been living in the vents, kind of feels like Newt from Alien. She's cool, it's a fun idea, but she's one that definitely needed more exploration. You could have definitely done more with her, and she's just kind of there. Gives a bit of backstory, I guess. But, of course, the characters will eventually get together, figure out what's going on, go and try to fight off all the robots. And toys. Go and try to fight off all the toys. It's a fun thing, like I said, it is hampered by its budget. You are stuck in this warehouse, but the puppets do shine, and they do more than you would think. They always try to find a gag for the puppets. They always try to do a bunch of puppets, and we do get tons of fun kills. So it does take a while for this movie to get going. It never really shines. It doesn't do anything too crazy, too over the top. It is one set with a very limited cast, and the characters are never super interesting or super fleshed out, but they are all interesting enough, and the movie does a good enough job. Not the biggest, best full moon classic, but definitely one that they're remembered for more because it plays into their strengths, and we get a bunch of really fun, cool toys. So, worth the watch, not an absolute classic, but a fun enough movie. Just know it takes a while to get going, but when it gets going, it does what it's supposed to do. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my full moon playlist. I've talked about a few of their other movies. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.